Hello and welcome to episode 35 of our Timberborn Update 6 Folktales playthrough here in Cycle 45, Day 6. We have the Earth Recultivator now at 63%. We should, in theory, across all districts, have everything we need to complete this. This being the capstone achievement of Timberborn playthroughs moving forward. So we're going to let them keep working on getting everything in place, but today I thought it would be a smart idea to try and get our well-being number up as high as we can. Maybe do a little bit of improvements and some other stuff, but focus on getting those beavers living the dream life of doing nothing except whatever they want to do. And of course, fixing a couple bot things. But if we can get that taken care of, then we might be able to spend a little bit of time improving some other parts of the map. Trees continue to be a little bit of a problem because we have just ramped up so much of our production. We're going to need to plant some more. So we just need to kind of decide where it is that we are going to bring in some more trees. We have, of course, that place over there, this place over here, referenced from this area, without very many trees being grown with the exception of these pine trees, which grow quickly and can be harvested quickly, but don't have a whole lot in terms of actual wood supply. So I think, depending on how we want to do this, might not have a whole lot of success irrigating and planting trees on the side here, but we do have all of this space over here that is already covered by this forester that could definitely stand to have some additional wood farming put in. So I think what we're going to end up doing is, first of all, check and see. See, these are the ones that we're going to be keeping for the sake of having the resin. But over here, if we unplant all of these pines, they can get cut down, and we can replace them with oaks, which are going to be, of course, much more stable wood supply long term. And then we can think about how we want to continue getting this area improved. I think, I don't know, because I would like to be able to plant stuff here, but we don't really have much of an option to do that. I think we might have to put in just one more square of land so I'll have access up here. But the bigger problem, of course, is this isn't irrigated up here. So we would need to have a spot to put one of those 3x3 pools with which we can irrigate a large area. And I don't know that there's really a great place to put one of those without doing some significant modifications to how this whole area is set up. So I think it's probably going to be best. It's 3x3. I could just, yeah, I'm going to do one of these numbers. That should, even when this is not wet here, this should irrigate maybe a little bit of down here. But it will absolutely take care of most of this, and we'll be able to plant trees accordingly. In fact, depending on how we want to do this, we can probably just move the forester up here. We're going to have to check range to see exactly how that's going to look here. But if we put this up here, yeah, it doesn't reach all the way moved this far over, but I can't place it on top of the dynamite. I think as we move closer to the stairs there, we might have some pretty good success. So we'll let them roll with that. We'll see what happens. Let this be a slow-paced thing we have to take care of. But like I said, primary goal is to get the well-being up in all of our districts that still have bio-beavers. And up here we have 72. We have 6 who are currently working at this pump, and their needs are, well, their needs are met perfectly. Nutrition met perfectly. Social life is looking really good. We could probably use another campfire, but that ought to take care of most of it. And then, of course, we have 6 that aren't doing social life because they're probably pumping. Aesthetics-wise, though, there's almost nothing here. Earth Recultivator is a completely different story. That's the end of the thing. We're not going to worry about that. And then we get to fun. We talked about putting carousels in, which we did not do, but we need to do, and we also need to get into books. And that's something that we could probably start producing as well. I know I talked about down here maybe putting some other stuff in if I could figure out how I'm going to route the power. But it's not always an easy task here. I think we might have a little bit of success if I remove this gristmill, remove this upward power shaft, and put a T intersection here, and then put another upward power shaft right there, so then I could power a printing press, say right here, and that could easily make some books for these guys. I think we're going to do that. It's going to cut off power to the gristmills here, but hey, we have tons of food. Not going to be a problem. So just come on down here, bring in that upward power shaft, just like so, and bring in that T intersection, just like so. Pop a platform on top of it, and then place this gristmill back before anybody knows it was gone. Actually, I don't remember which one it was doing. Wheat flour, cattail flour. I guess we'll do wheat flour. It's probably what it was. If it's not what it was, then oops. The storage for potatoes. We don't need this. Empty that. Just got all these things out of there. We'll come back and check on that later. But yeah, book here would be book. A printing press that makes books here would be great. And then that also gives us, depending on how we want to put this in, you know what? Let's make this nice and clean here. I could actually have this. No. Okay, well, we'll figure it out. Not going to be worried about it. Plenty to take care of. The biggest problem, I think, is going to be how in the world do we get carousels put in and powered in a place that is not going to look really stupid doing it. Now, granted, we have power here. And this is producing currently not quite enough. But, oh, by the way, that's fixed. A couple people commented that I forgot to hook this guy up, and you are correct. So, always appreciate pointing out stuff that needs to get taken care of. Now, if I put the carousel here, the way this works is it actually has a little bit of a clearance problem. So, because they redesigned this thing, the old design, if you've been watching the Water Weaver series, that utilizes the old mesh for the carousel for part of that, which of course is your 5x5 with like the little thing on the back. So this is actually a much better design in terms of being compact and not being as frustrating to get power to. But the consequence of that is it has this 3x3 footprint, but the actual hitbox is a 5x5. So you can't really just squeeze this in somewhere and not think about it, because you have to be cognizant of exactly what is going on. So, I mean, depending on how dangerous you like to live your life, you might not be a fan of having this whirligig thing spinning beavers at top speed above your head on the path. So maybe we won't do that. But I do think this general area would be nice. Unfortunately, again, because of the collision mesh on this, I can't put two of these next to each other. Riding lawnmower style with the multiple blades. If you ever take a chance to look underneath a lawnmower while it is turned off, mind you, because I know someone's going to say something about that. If you ever get the chance to take a look underneath a riding lawnmower while it's turned off, it's going to be set up a couple different ways. But one of the more common ways is that you're going to have two blades that are going to be vertically offset just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. Or if you have a fancy lawnmower, you might have some that the blades kind of like mesh together a little bit, but they're deliberately mechanically offset so they cannot hit each other. I never had a fancy lawnmower like that, so. But it would be really interesting. Like, I know because of the direction the things turn, this wouldn't work in the game, but it would be really interesting if you could have a carousel here and then a carousel right next to it, but they spin opposite directions. So just so they don't build this, but the mesh on this is a little bit close for this to work. But the idea would be like this one would turn clockwise and this one would turn counterclockwise or anti-clockwise for those of you who speak British English. But could you imagine writing this thing? And it's just spinning at top speed, and you're like, oh, we're getting real close to the other guy, but you never quite touch them. Anyway, that's nightmare fuel though. It's some Final Destination type stuff. They're like, oh, I'm going on the carousel. Like, don't go on the carousel. Don't go on the carousel. I'm going on the carousel. And then next thing you know, you see this thing flying on whatever. So, anyway, I think we might want to go ahead and pop in some carousels. Like, I feel like here's probably the best place to do it, but the terrain isn't set up favorably for that. Now, this is our fun zone. If we choose to continue doing that, would not be a terrible place to do. Plus, we have power coming in off this little, definitely not sketchy overhang right here. This Agora is in a good place for, I guess, spiritual mindfulness and whatever chemical is in this thing. Don't do drugs, kids. The other spot might work over here, depending on how we want to have this set up. I have to get power to this is the problem. And it's going to be ugly, no matter what. And if we're trying to do something that's aesthetically minded, we kind of don't want to do ugly. So maybe it's one of those things we'll come back to in a little bit after my brain decides it wants to work. Okay, there's 25 potatoes in here. I'm just going to put it on the ground. What's that Lonely Island song stupid thing from like 15 years ago? Throw it on the ground. Well, I threw those potatoes on the ground. Not a part of the system. But this is going to be a part of the system of making books. So that will work out very nicely. If we need to put something else behind it, we can. But I figured it would be smart to go ahead and just have books. Because these beavers, I'm sure, would love to have some quality reading material. They're going to need paper, though. And while we do have paper in here, it is... Wait, where is the paper stored? I guess we'll find out. It's probably up here. I don't see anything up. Oh, it's all the way over here. Oh, because we're making all those windmills. So that's probably not a great place to put that. This thing of potatoes, as soon as that gets pulled up, I guess right next to that we will put a store of paper. And then, do I have a good place to put books over here? I imagine I probably could just add a little bit of a storage somewhere conveniently for them. This district has how many beavers? 63. 63, including the 2 kids. So a small warehouse with a capacity of 30, in theory, isn't going to be enough, but we will start by putting a little mini library right here. Get that taken care of. What are they? Planks. Yep. Oh, wow. I've got so many plank problems to deal with. It's like, I didn't think it was going to be that big of an issue, but now the problem is logs. So, I do have the option, should we feel it necessary, to do some spot logging of the recreation area and just let it naturally reproduce. But, I mean, all of these trees right here is only going to be 200 or 300 logs. Maybe. And that's not really going to do enough to help solve all of our problems. We did expand this last time, but clearly there's a little bit left to be desired with regard to how we have this whole thing taken care of here. These trees obviously we're waiting to grow so we can put in more irrigation and then continue improving our tree growing. But I think without just being ridiculous, I don't think there's too much else we can do up here. It's set to 66%, so that's continuing. Treated plank situation. Oh yeah, we got 1,100 of those bad boys. Let's actually, for the time being, hit pause on this, save some planks. Because we have 1,100 treated planks. 1,000 in this district alone, so I think that's going to last for a little bit of time before we have to be really worried about it. This is fully connected, so we are making plenty of power. We have our gravity batteries just about at full mast here. Quite literally almost all the way up. Well, I guess the levels vary a tiny bit. How are we looking up here? Ooh, it's time for explosions. I'm still on single time speed. Let's fix that. Triple speed. Bang. So, you know the drill. I maybe should have made this too deep, but I don't think it actually matters for irrigation purposes. So, we are going to go ahead and just pop this guy right here in the corner. And then, ooh, you know what? No. Oh, okay, yeah. It's fine. I don't need to get behind here anyway. I'll just do this. It really, at the end of the day, does not matter. Although another lumberjack flag probably wouldn't hurt. I guess we'll see what happens. The bots are pretty efficient. But most importantly, this is going to allow us to just about get rid of this other forester. Before we... Okay. I realized I did a stupid. I know that never happens. But if I put this here, one step closer, that gets me just about everything planting-wise on this side. Not so much on this side. So maybe we... Yeah, maybe we do have to keep this guy in here. Yeah, okay, no. You know what? It doesn't matter. I got extra pots anyway. We'll just put it back the way it was. Sorry to disappoint you if you were hoping for something different, but that's the way she goes. Leave that alone. Like, I need to grow more trees, and I don't know that I've got a great spot to do it. I mean, here, I guess, but then we'd have to irrigate a lot of this versus, you know, a place like here would probably be fine if the bots were the ones growing things. Because now that the nasty water's not coming through here anymore, this maybe could be a good place to divert actual clean water. I don't know. This map is kind of a lot to try to irrigate. So maybe we leave it alone. Again, backing down from a challenge. Ooh, shame on me. We'll get it fixed. Don't you worry about that. Paper right there. Still waiting for planks. Log situation is still rather dire. But these, remember, these trees here have not been cut down yet. In fact, we haven't marked them for cutting. That was something somebody else left in the comments as well. But we do need to make sure that we are ready for that when these trees do eventually grow. And that's going to take some time. Like everything, because, as we always love to say, everything takes time. Someone just broke their keyboard in half because they heard me say that for the umpteenth time, but that's okay. You can find them cheap online. This backside here has nothing else added. I mean, these trees weren't close to getting cut down anyway, but every little bit counts. We want to make sure we're ready. Now, I really need to do something about these carousels, so I guess it makes sense to try and just take advantage of this space. Maybe fill in around things. See, this would fit. If we want to do two of them, it would fit great right here and then the other spot. So I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's just build around this thing, shall we? All the way around. Gives them something to do. So that would end up going there, and then this would end up going here. So not quite the dual blade lawnmower situation, but they're very, very close to each other. And yes, when the lawnmowers have blades like this, like they're not going to overlap more than just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. But they've got to be designed in a way so they never hit each other. Well, this is probably much closer to the way the lawnmower is actually set up. Unless you're an absolutely insane person, you have them meshing like another 3 or 4 inches or something like that. But I digress. Frequently. And severely. We're going to have these things. Yes, okay. I just need to make sure that I don't accidentally disconnect these with land. Because we can and we will get this whole thing covered underground here. Provided there's no silly billies that want to get stuck. Because that actually looks kind of interesting, kind of inviting. If such a word could be used to describe a carnival death trap like this. But I do like the idea of this being a little bit more spread out looking. So it's not just a sheer cliff. Plus it gives us something to do with all that dirt. Everybody likes playing with dirt. Well, probably not everybody, but enough people do to the point where it's fun. And we'll be able to take care of this. I will go ahead and pause these two just so we don't have any accidents. But that will keep them busy, provided they don't get stuck. That will keep them busy for a while. So I guess the question now is going to become, how do you get a beaver not stuck inside this whole mess? I'm sure it's going to happen. Because it always does. So we're just going to, you know, put our heads in the sand like ostriches and move on to do something else. We've got... Actually... Oh, what a surprise. We're waiting for planks. Waiting for planks. But this area here, at some point, we'll be able to get stuff taken care of. I need to get the bots down here to cut these trees down. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that unless I have them come down this way. We'll do... why would I even try this? That's right, I was going to get rid of this pine tree to put a block of land there so I could actually walk over here and take care of everything. But we're not there yet. So they'll continue to do what they have to do. We'll continue to find excuses to not put more green stuff everywhere. If we have a drought coming up, though, that's going to be actually good. That's because then we can figure out what we actually need to irrigate. How are we looking over here? These, okay, these are still nowhere near 80%, a 62, 91, 79, okay. I think I'm going to have to bite the bullet. Did we get anybody stuck? No. Good. Somehow they managed to avoid being complete idiots. Oh, I didn't avoid being a complete idiot, though, because I just blocked in my power connection. Oh, see, this is why... This, man. I'm telling you, man. This is going to end up being a double. Yeah, let's do that, because then I can just bring this straight across here. I know it's going to be ugly. It's like the worst thing that can ever happen to a build in Timberborn is that it's ugly. Is this actually lined up? Oh, it's so close. That's just a touch disappointing. But, by the way, I'll just pause the game to do this. We have technology. You know, I really ought to just clip that scene from SpongeBob and just insert it as a meme every time I say that. But yeah, let's get that taken care of. I think they can take care of most of this by themselves, but double here turns into a single there. Then that'll end up out all the way across with one of these. I gotta be careful not to block myself in when I bring these bots over here to do this. So, they can actually access all of this, except this. I lied. Pathing to the rescue, is that enough? Okay. That isn't, though. But it should be... Okay, if I go here, now they can reach it. Alright. Cool. This is ready for a double. Why'd you blow that up twice? So I can better hide everything. Because that's what you do. When you see stuff you don't like, you hide it so you don't have to look at it. Actually, that would have been better to make that a triple. Instead, I have to have something that has a ton of planks and gears. Actually, I think it ends up being probably a negligible increase. But that... Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll... Yep. That's... Yep. I got no other word for that than yep. That's what it is. I just get all this stuff hooked up eventually. They're going to take their time to do it. Of course, they can't reach this because there's no path. You know what? It would be nice to have them actually be able to do this. Am I really gonna do it? Am I gonna do it? I'm gonna do it. We're just, yeah. Yeah. Yep. Once again, the only word for I have it is yep. That's the way it goes. They still haven't finished this? Man, the plank situation really is dire, isn't it? Now we're looking over here. Okay, so these are actually ready to be replanted as oak trees. We just have to be able to get over here first. Remember, once we get these pine trees out of the way, I am going to raise the land level here. And all that. But we do need to make sure we're actually planting trees that we can use. Remember, it's a process. Now, this place down here, which is actually the name of the district now, still needs to have carousels. And I guess if we're going to keep with the theme of, hey, come on down to the whatever and have a fun time being stupid, then, yeah, that's actually the tagline of that place. Yeah, see, I just... oh, that's not terrifying at all. I gotta find a better place to put these things. I don't know. I don't know. It's a whole process. You can't keep saying that for the whole episode. Watch me. Watch me say it for the whole episode. I dare you. Because I will. Oh, but first we have to get planks. These are still not growing yet. It's probably going to be the end of the episode before those are ready to go. Yeah, and if I planted any more oak trees, it would take the end of the episode to, or maybe the middle of the next one even, to get the wood out of there. But, again, everything, I'll let you fill it in. But it involves things taking time. Alright, I'm actually going to get hunted for sport if I keep saying this. Let's come over here and get... oh, yeah, okay, so these are definitely not going to get finished today. What are we at now? 73%. Okay, very good. I kind of want to stick around to see what this looks like at 75. But I don't know how close we are to that. I did turn off tree plank production, which is good, so we're not using any more planks. Gear production... yeah, I got to keep that going. Well, we'll have to come back and look at this. Still waiting on planks. Everything takes planks. Well, all I can do is keep planting more trees just as soon as these get dug up. Okay, is it... well, I'd have to have stairs to get up here. No, it probably isn't worth it, honestly. Is there... oh! I forgot that I was going to put gravity batteries here. Well, that's a deep subject. Put in more and more of these. I guess we can, if nothing else, we can keep blasting. Danny DeVito himself would be proud. Or I guess technically Frank Reynolds would be proud, but you get the idea. Now, again, 2 days, we have a drought coming in. So maybe by the time the drought's here, we'll have the ability... now, who am I kidding? We'll have the ability to come down here and get these guys. I can't build any more stairs. I don't have enough planks. I am reaping what I have sown for the past 35 episodes. And that's just the way it goes. Oh, wait, you know what? I'm dumb. I've got stuff right here. And I have 126 beavers who are currently not working. But what we can do is we can place a bunch of these lumberjack flags right here And I know these are bottomated, but we'll unbottomate them. And just make the regular Joes come in here and start cutting trees down. After I, mark the trees for cutting, of course. So this, I mean, it's probably not a huge quantity of wood, but it is definitely going to help us make some planks, which we desperately need. I actually kind of like this. This addition right here. This would be nice if everything matched. I know, small ask, right? How are we looking? Still nothing over here. We're half an hour into the episode and they haven't fixed this yet. But the planks will be upon us sooner rather than later. Now that we're harvesting all those. I probably can't. Oh, hey, here's our 75%. Okay. That looks a lot like the finished product. Of course it does. It's a partial construction. Yeah, okay. I want you to know that, like, people don't leave comments like that, so I'm not trying to, like, make fun of any specific person. This is the stereotypical angry commenter voice, which I think maybe only a couple times have I ever gotten a truly mean-spirited angry comment on one of my videos. So I appreciate you guys for being nice. That's good. Everything's better when you're nice. Well, usually. But we'll come back and check on this. It's full metal blocks, which is good. 301 treated planks and a little under 300 gears left to go. I don't think they're going to finish that today, but that's okay because we don't want to set this off until the very end anyway. And I have been informed, I don't need to place another one of these, but I have been informed that when I find out what this actually requires to fire, it's going to cause other problems as well. So, like, don't worry. Just because this is going to be done doesn't mean that it's over. It being the playthrough. I think 40 is probably a realistic maximum in terms of number of episodes in this series. We've still got some stuff to do. Don't need to rush through it necessarily. Still waiting on planks. Oh, who would have seen that coming? Just keep on keeping on. But cutting these trees down over here, that was fast. Okay, so the planks are immediately gone once again, so that's the way it goes. But, we did our part. We did what we could do. And now we have to unmark for cutting, so we don't have to worry about that later. If I had materials to build stairs, I could have come up here, but it's fine. Now, we are probably turning a lot of our planks into gears, but we do need to have gears. So, like, make no mistake. Like, we need to be making the gears. I should not pause the gears. But what I can do is I can pause part of the gears. So if I pause 4 of those, that leaves us with 6 in this district that are making, or not 6, 2. Look, I told you math is hard, okay? We're just gonna have to do what we have to do. But what I was going to say is I think we can probably pretty safely cut down these trees, some of these pines. Yeah, these ones on the very end aren't even reachable by the tapper shack. And we aren't using all of this, what's this called? Maple syrup? We're not using all of this anyway. So if we were to do that, I would probably... Oh, this one gets even fewer of them. I would probably go ahead and just cut these down because this tapper shack pretty much exists only to get these maples and some of these pines. This one can handle... Okay, it can't handle all the pines, but that's not a big deal. In the interest of, actually getting something accomplished, I'm just going to cut these down. Just going to cut them down. So remember, maple trees give you 6 logs. This would solve, well, it would help solve a lot of our current problems. And we already have way too many maple trees to begin with, so I think what we'll end up doing is replanting these with, I don't know, chestnuts maybe? Or we could just have these be infinitely farmable. I don't know. For right now, it's not a problem I really need to be solving here, but I guess unless we have something better to do with the space, I'll just let them replant these maple trees. Now, I can already hear you saying, you don't have any lumberjack flags over here, and you would be correct. So that's why I'll put one right there. Because I cannot build any additional space on platforms because I don't have planks or logs, which you need to build both of those things. Or both of those things you need to build that one thing. Now, if we are looking here, yeah, this is all looking really good with the exception of no scarecrows and no... Oh, okay, well, those are easy. Scarecrows and bulletin poles. The bulletin pole can just kind of go generally in the middle of the... is that going to reach? Because all the beavers pretty sure are going to go through this. How are they going to read the bulletin pole when it's all the way up there? Look, beavers have good eyesight. You know why they have good eyesight? It's because they eat carrots. I know that's not real. That was a lie that the British made up to deceive the Germans into thinking radar didn't exist. It's okay. It's okay. It was 80 years ago. We've moved past this. But we can pretend in our universe that the beavers have good eyesight because they eat a lot of carrots. And they're looking at the bulletin pole from the equivalent of a body and a half length away, squinting at the tiny little text that says somebody's trying to sell their 1987 Honda Prelude or something. I don't know. Did they even make a Prelude in 87? Well, we're making them. You know why? Because we got all these HPHs here. That's what that stands for, is Honda Preludes, and then the H is hours. That's how many hours you drive your Honda Prelude around. I gotta try to find one of those. I think they're expensive now. Because everybody who's my age and slightly older has nostalgia for boxy 80s and 90s cars as collectors. Now people are selling like mint condition Honda Civics with a 5-speed and cloth interior for way more than they're worth. Well, that's okay. I was going to take a look over here before I got distracted by myself at the... Wait, how is there still water in here? I guess this just hasn't evaporated yet. Okay, well that's fine. This spot right here is going to get terrained. And then at that point we will have them go past all of this. Looking good. This is placed, but there's no bot to... Really? Okay, well I feel like that's a problem. Okay, who can I bring out of the area here? Alright, we'll just deprioritize the hauling post, because I do need to get this irrigated so we can plant these other trees. This now can get removed from there, and now they can actually access all this. And we can put our lumberjack flag. Yeah, look at that. We can put that guy right there. That'll work beautifully. But I can hear you say, you're 39 minutes into the episode and you haven't gotten any single well-being point added. It's a process. It's a process. And you know what happens when you get a process accomplished? You get a process accomplished. And then your mind goes blank because you're trying to be smart during recording a Timberborn episode and instead you feel like an idiot. That's fine. There's a place in this world for idiots like me, and I hope that you're gonna allow me to be part of your YouTube fun time for a long time to come, because that is, I guess, my place in this world now is just to be the idiot online. But that's okay. Let's get this planted. Hop in those guys. This just isn't irrigated. But as it fills up, we'll probably see this expand. I need to get these trees in the ground. Need to get the trees in the ground. Now, how are things looking over here in Cut Down the Maple Tree land? Okay. Making progress. That works. That works. Still have all sorts of problems getting, well, anything done. But it's slowly turning around. I somehow completely missed the area in which we were building carousels. But this is actually looking pretty nice now that this is all in place. So, you know what that means? It means it's time to get these roads out of the way and connect our power. So that's actually going to work quite nicely here. Let's undo this one first, because that has to be able to transmit power to the other one. And then, yes, I know, we must connect the power. We must connect all of our paths here. And I did a dumb here, but we also don't need this to be here, so that is going to work out just fine. I don't think I can put any decorations under the... Yeah, no, that's not going to work. It has to be outside the radius of destruction here, as the thing goes just all the way around. How are we looking over here? Looking okay. So this, I actually... oh, of course I can't see. But that looks like that's just about full, so we're not going to get any additional bonus here. That's too far from a district. Well, we can fix that if we so choose. Maybe. Put that there. And then all I've got to do... Might as well just bring this path all the way out. All I got to do is get these cut down. Then I can put the land back in there. And we'll be good to go. So yes, we are very slowly... Wow, that was quick. Okay, that's not finished. But they should be able to ride around this thing. Yeah, look at him go. Look at him go. I'm waiting to see if they'll get this thing completely full up. But I guess not. Let's go ahead and build this. That should give them a nice bonus up here. Did I put a bulletin pole in this? Absolutely not, because remember we didn't have any aesthetics at all. Well, it's working. Kind of. They're going to take their sweet time doing that. The carousels over here. Where's going to be a good place to do this? I really and truthfully could not tell you. Unless we want to be just really ridiculous about this. And branch off power to come on somewhere else. I don't really have any great spots to put anything. This medium tank probably doesn't need to be here. I know we have this guy and this guy. If I got rid of this, I could, depending on how I wanted to play my my deal here. I'm going to unplant these potatoes. Get these harvested like they're going to need them. You know what? No, I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to wait. We're going to embrace reality here. We're just going to get rid of these things. I'm going to remove all of the... Well, okay, maybe not that one, but I'm going to remove these small small tanks here. I know this is the punch card thing, but that is going to go away. That is empty. And what I'm going to do is, because we have this space here, I think, yeah, okay, I can get away with this. I mean, that's not the way you should word that, but I can absolutely put a carousel here. And I was thinking maybe I could fit another one over there, but I don't know about vertical clearance. May be an issue. We're going to see. We're going to see what happens. But I know I have to at least get one of them in here to have any sort of chance at actually accomplishing something. So if I were to... I know we don't have planks. We don't have enough planks to be doing this, but if I were to do something over the potatoes, that would go all the way, so this would be 5 by 5, and then I'd have to be where the farmhouse is. Okay, well maybe we'll just do the one, and I got to figure out how to bring the power down and around. Except I actually could probably pretty easily get that accomplished here if... Oh yeah. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Let's get that all the way across that thing. And then I think, therefore, I make mistakes. I think that I can make this into a viable situation here. Can I do 4x1? Yeah, look, this is... I know this is stupid. I know it's dumb. But it's just gonna work. My name's not Todd Howard. spoiler alert, my name is not Todd Howard. But also his games don't really work either, so. Unless it's being a money printer. Skyrim now available on the Samsung Smart Fridge. It's like, okay, great. Where's Elder Scrolls 6? It's been 13 years, Todd. Where's Elder Scrolls 6? I don't want to hear about whatever the other game was called. The one in space. I don't know why I can't remember what it's... I want to call it Starfleet, but that's obviously not a Bethesda property. But you get where I'm going. Just give me Elder Scrolls 6. And I'll play it for 1,000 hours and disappear for a month. Just kidding. I could never leave you guys. Not like that, at least. Let's get our stuff situated here. 96%. So this is dry. This really needs to be irrigated. Okay. Okay. I need a lumberjack flag here. Take care of all that stuff. And I've got some more oaks that I can just kind of incrementally plant here. Take care of all of this fun stuff. I do need to put another one of these lumberjack flags in somewhere else at some point in time. Today is not that time. Do I have all these? Oh, okay. Well, that would have been an annoying thing to discover I hadn't done, is marking all these trees for cutting. All right, let's do that. Take care of that. Yeah, I got all this wood. We'll mark these as well. Now, I can still hear you saying, the well-being hasn't increased at all. It's average of 55. But, look at the carousels. And soon, the carousel here. Alright, I'm not waiting for that to get cleared out anymore. So, to get this properly utilized, I'm going to end up blasting this out. Oh, I made a mistake. Let's fix this immediately. That needed to be a 4x1, and then that needed to go there. Oh, that's even worse. It's so ugly. It's so ugly. It's hideous. Oh, I don't have diagonal stairs. I can't come down here. This is why people have trust issues, right? Because somebody says they're going to take care of something for you and they don't do it. And in this case, taking care of something for you is building things that increase well-being without it being a huge pain in the butt. But we do have something we can do that does not involve carousels. We have a detailer, which we should have all the materials to build. And I do have one design that I can put on there. But we'll, oh, I was going to go all the way over there, wasn't I? If I did that, then this would have to go... Ooh, you know what would work? That. Well, maybe not really that well, but I am just I have so many bad ideas. So many bad ideas. Oh man, I just cannot stop doing ill-advised stupid things. Alright, if I get rid of this, I can do... Oh, I should not be allowed. I should not be allowed to do this. That's got to go there. And then that's got to go... Oh no, oh no, 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 no. I'm just... Choices are being made, friends. Choices are being made and they're not good ones. Oh, I needed that. Why did I do that? All right. Whatever. Whatever. Let's do this. We'll just do this. We're having way too much fun with this garbage. Come back later on that. The detailer, since I got distracted, this is a neat little machine that prints a design that you can upload to your, or not, I guess it's not uploading, you just put it in the folder on your computer. But I don't have any really good designs. I only have these things. I got these for it, and I got my face on it. So guess what we're definitely doing? Is we're putting this guy on there. There's no reason to be like this. There really is no reason for me to be like this. But I am. That's just the way it goes, man. All right. Get this thing out of here. Come on. Carousel. There. Taken care of. That carousel can go there just as soon as I blow this up. And then I've got to have a entrance. Yeah. That's what that thing's called, is an entrance where you enter. Good job. The decline of my brain power will be studied. But until then, we'll get this thing going. Okay, that's not completely terrible. It's just super ugly. Bring that in here, and then this bit only has to be able to connect to the entrance, which is going to be here. Alright, that's gone. That's only got to be 4x1, and then I can place... Yeah. Is it ugly? Yes. Is it an engineering death trap with this much unsupported weight cantilevered off the thing? Yes. Do we care? No. Beaver OSHA is not real. Well, that wouldn't really be OSHA anyway, would it? It would be some sort of mechanical inspection agency. OSHA's like workplace safety. Oh, and I still didn't do anything else over here. But, we are... Wrong spot. We are looking a little bit better over here. This is going to go away. We're going to rebuild it. But we'll get this put in. Irrigate the land, and we're going to be looking better. This is already a big improvement. Getting this taken care of. But we'll go ahead and just continue expanding down here. Drought is over. We are working. How much did we lose out of the reservoir? Okay. Yikes. Almost 2 full blocks. Well, we'll make it work. Just bring it on. Bring the stuff in here so we can get this out of here. Blast it away and then filled with water so we can have all sorts of other fun stuff to do. Like planting trees and maintaining them. I know somebody else has explosives over here. Come on down. Come on down and get it done. Are we just going to have to leave this alone? Yep. All right. Do we have a detailer yet? No, they're working on... But they have gears. They're bringing the gears in. And then we're going to get to see my stupid mug all over these beavers' tails. Just as soon as they get these gears in place. And the world's sketchiest merry-go-round carousel nonsense. Don't fall off and crush the potatoes. They'll be right next door. But, you know, getting the beavers things to do with their free time is a good move. And there's still plenty more we can do. But the carousel seems to have helped substantially in that regard. We just have the 6 who are working, don't have that benefit. Books we have not started making yet. The rest of these things, I guess we could just start sprinkling in items like, say, a bulletin pole here in the corner. Because most of the beavers are going to be going through that area. And if not, they're definitely going to be going through here. Scarecrows, I mean, we don't have any crops growing over here. But, you know, sometimes it's nice to have something to look at, even if it's not functional. at least in this district, we can reasonably place something that has some sort of crop outreach here. All right. Oh, there's that chanting again. Whatever they're huffing in there is, I don't know. That's got to be something. Did I do a stupid? I think I might have done a stupid. Yeah, definitely, because this hasn't been built yet. So we'll keep this paused so they can do. Okay, I definitely did a stupid. That one's got to go away so they can walk around it to get to the rest of this. There we go. Okay, they've started cutting these. We still have like no wood whatsoever. But we're making progress. We're doing it. Getting things done the only way we know how. Which is just doing it. How's our power situation looking? Fantastic up here. Water is coming out again. This is ready to explode. Don't walk on top of it. Good job. And yes, it is time for the double platform once again. You know the drill. Just pop in our forester right here. Actually, if I was smart about how I did this, I'd probably set this up differently, but we all know how that goes. Fluid dump right here, which means we're going to have the dreaded 2x2 mess here, but I do have to put a lumberjack flag in. So that'll be fine. Get this nice and irrigated. And there you go. Now we have a gear shortage, but oh, hold on. This is just about done. It's got all the pieces. Well, then I want to know why they're not completing it. It's only at 88%. I know it's a deprioritized, but I didn't think they had anything else that we're working on. So maybe by the end of this episode, in a couple minutes, the Earth Recultivator will be complete. We're not going to set it off yet, but it'll be complete. That's exciting. So we'll come back and take a look at this at some point in the future. Still putting stuff in. Nobody's getting silly billied, right? Hopefully. I don't want to mount any rescue missions if I can help it. What about this nonsense over here? We have detailers. We have detailers. But has anyone used the detailers? Aha, look at that. There's silk screening right on there. Oh no, I guess this has to be the thumbnail. Is a beaver getting their tail applied here. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's unbelievably stupid. But that's part of what's fun. Waiting on planks. Absolutely nobody's surprised. The books are going, though. So that's cool. I need to get more bots in here, but for right now, we can just have these guys manually making books. And then we'll just keep adding all that other stuff as time goes by. This is good. No beaver bots got stuck back here. Make sure these are marked for cutting, which they are not, but now they are. And there we go. We've added a lot more trees for cutting here. We can reach most of them. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. I guess I should have maybe this one. 16%. 16%. Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of that tree. Except I clicked the wrong button. There you go. Can you get rid of that and put a lumberjack there? So that'll take care of that. The average well-being is now up to 57. So that's cool. And this district has yet to receive a detailer. So, in the spirit of all of our fun here, I've got to find a good place to pop this thing. Or I can get a decent screenshot. Or maybe I shouldn't be worried about screenshots. I don't know. I think, okay. This is going to be like the funniest possible thing to be doing. Let's just put this guy right here. Everything is working nicely over here. This is working about as nicely as you can expect it to. This is at 89%. Okay, so maybe it does just take a really, really, really long time to build this thing. And we're going to have to see that finished next episode. But that's okay if it's not today, because we're not firing it off today. I don't need to worry about it. Okay, now the water's finally coming through here on day 4. But this was already irrigated, so that's looking really good. And that will take care of cutting most of those down. Yes, sirree. That's going to be good stuff. Did we actually... No, we did not. Okay. Still need all the planks. Well, everything takes time. You know how it goes. How are we doing on... Wow, it's up to 60. Good. Scarecrow, we could probably put another one in. The only thing we're really missing is these carousels over here. We have some books. And everything else is represented with the exception of the Earth Recultivator, so the carousel really will be taking care of most of our problems. That is objectively pretty funny to see them all walking around everywhere. Hey, we got one here. We got one here. There you go. Connor Bateman, you're the first. Congratulations to have my face stuck on your tail. I really do like how this looks kind of sunk into the ground like this. Pretty neat. I think I could also put platforms over this, but I don't know if they're going to be able to reach it. Okay, they can. Well, I'll just put this in here anyway so it's not exposed machinery. You ever seen an escalator with the panels removed? Speaking of exposed machinery, it's pretty interesting. Do not ever attempt to go on an escalator with the panels removed. Just for the sake of providing a legal disclaimer, in case any of you decide to do really stupid things. Do not blame me for the decisions you choose to make. Alright, 59. Looking good. Let's put another one of these scarecrows in. Maybe just right here. Actually, there's a couple places we could get away with popping these guys in right above the crops, so it's actually thematically appropriate, and not just whatever's going on up here. This is the farmhouse chic district where they don't actually do any farming. They just paint everything gray and put shiplap on the walls. This is the farm district right here. Pay no attention to the fact that the bots are the ones actually doing the farming. But this is the farming district. So, we are still 9% away from that getting completed, but that, thanks lag, that is fine. Once this carousel is up and running though, see, I really wanted them to be able to get this stuff completely popped in place. I guess I'll go ahead and get both of those done. But this... Okay, it needs planks. Alright, that's not going to happen today. Once this has carousel, though, this district's pretty much going to be done. Short of, you know, actually getting the correct amount of books distributed. They'll get to the detailer eventually. And then we'll have to see exactly what everything else is going to look like. But we've made some good strides today. Average of 58. 61 in this district, which means this one is at 55? 56. Okay, I was close. But we are getting there, folks. The wood situation still has not completely resolved itself. But, oh, I didn't mark these for cutting. Oops. Yeah, when's the last time I did that? Spoiler alert, it was today in this episode. But this is now fixed. And I've got connectivity all the way across. These need to be fixed as well. There we go. That's going to help a lot. But I guess this is probably a good place to go ahead and leave it, unless we get a massive influx of construction occurring right here, which I do not think is happening until we have more planks. So, there we go. We did, well, we didn't do only well-being improvements, but we did improve well-being, and we added a couple other fun things, and hopefully we might not have solved our wood problem, but we've massively improved it, and that's all you can ask for, is that stuff gets improved. So we'll go ahead and end the episode here, and we'll watch these guys get their tails tattooed. Again, thanks for being here, watching this series. Here's episode 35. Most of the series are already over by episode 35, but this one's been going really well, and you guys seem to be interested in seeing a lot more, so we will keep this one going for at least a little while longer. We'll see exactly what we're able to and what we want to fit into these episodes, but I think we're going to be in good shape. Beard Boosters, of course, you already know. You are the reason why we can continue doing all of this stuff with all of your fantastic support for the channel. Really appreciate you, and I am thankful that we all get to spend this time, whether it's every day, every once in a while, or if this is the only video you ever see. I am glad you were here. Glad we're able to spend some time together today, and I hope we'll see you again soon. Whatever it is that you're wanting to watch, we've got plenty of good stuff coming up. Gonna have Satisfactory 1.0 tomorrow live stream, most likely in the late afternoon time, but I will make a community post about that whenever I decide what time that's going to be. Would love to have you there. If not, that's fine too. Whatever it is you're doing with the rest of your day, stay safe, have fun, and we will see you later. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.